Military Broadcast Radio, the station that's giving veterans a voice.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
This entire military is one cohesive, dedicated force. And the threats to our nations, they don't sleep. They're watching our every move. Iran, Russia, China, North Korea, ISIS, Al-Qaeda. They may be watching this right now. Our military should not be mistaken for a cable news gabfest show. We don't care what you look like. We don't care who you voted for, who you worship, what you worship, who you love. It doesn't matter if your dad left you millions when he died or if you knew who your father was. We have been honed into a machine of lethal moving parts that you would be wise to avoid if you know what's good for you. We will not be intimidated. We will not back down. We've seen war. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
Opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities.
Turnbuckles and Stogies. Yo, what is up? What is up? Yo, happy Sunday. Another Sunday with your favorite hostess with the mostest.
My dad, I'm doing a wrestling punch. I looked at him, I said, hey, I'm on to Brooklyn, you.
We're not in Brooklyn, sir. We're in upstate New York in Dutchess County. I'm originally from Yonkers. Hung out with
But I guess you guys don't know each other that well.
Oh, most, the big dog, the vanilla gorilla, Turnbuckles and Stogies pod. And we are live, baby. We back from vacation. We chilling. We enjoying life. And we have a good guest coming on. And I'll let him see if he wants to talk about something else. Because I know GCW, I watched some highlights of GCW.
Yeah, I'm watching that today.
And MDK came back, my man.
No, Matt Cardona was there.
No, and so was
Killer Cross.
yes, and what's his name? The fucking
Nick
was back.
I didn't hear
Yes,
that.
Nick came back last night.
Didn't hear that one.
Came back last night.
I'll have to watch that and see.
Came back last night. But let me tell you, when Killer Cross showed
Well,
up,
the biggest news now, not even that, is for those who didn't see, I will pull up the clip at some point. Rampage Jackson's son
got arrested.
was at a Knox Pro show, and the guy and one of the wrestlers messed with him and hit him over the head with a can as a joke. And during the show, he jumped in the ring, took him down, knocked him out, and then proceeded to punch him over 24 times in the head.
I watched,
And he flatlined once already.
and then you had Black Pearl tell him we'll handle this. It'll be taken care of, and
Rampage issued an apology for everybody.
And then somebody had the guy arrested. He had the kid arrested.
Well, yeah, I mean,
They got arrested.
he should be arrested.
Well, I mean, listen. Let's be honest. I'm a wrestler. You go and you fuck with somebody, and you whip their ass, and then they whip your ass. Call it a fucking
Yeah,
wash,
but
and
no,
you walk away.
there's a difference. He didn't
Walk
even beat
away.
him up. He hit him with a collapsible can that wasn't real, and then they told him he could get his payback as a receipt, which would have been something stupid. And he proceeded to.
He said, "I'm not the one."
he proceeded to double leg him just like Rampage would do, knocked him out, and then punched him over 24 times in the head.
And just so y'all know, Rampage Jackson is a very good friend of Rakishi's. He is a very good friend of Black Pearl, and
Rampage is
Rikishi
fucking
on the Knox.
Rampage was a hell of an MMA fighter for the people who don't know who he is now.
So
I think they said he could potentially be charged with attempted murder because that's basically what that was.
Yep.
That's not even CTE. He had a concussion. Well, yeah, he's got a concussion, but he shouldn't have been anywhere near a ring. But somebody else said it could be roid rage too.
Well, guys, she's in a green room right now. We didn't have enough time to watch wrestling this week because we were on vacation. We were having a good time.
You got Forbidden Door tonight. Actually, Forbidden Door starts at pre-show starts in 27 minutes.
Right.
Pre-show starts in 27 minutes. Main card starts at 1:00. So I'll be watching that. You'll be hearing all about that probably next week, if not during the week, depending. We'll see. So let's kind of give them a quick little background on our guest.
He said Roger Jackson.
Yeah, that's Rampage's kid, Roger Jackson. There's a lot that went on with that. I'm curious to see what happens.
I'll find out. I'm gonna Google it.
The guy flatlined once already, so from what I'm hearing, he's in the hotel or in the hospital in the ICU and hasn't woken up yet. Apparently, I don't know.
So we'll find out about that. And we'll let you guys know.
We'll keep you guys updated on that for sure.
Keep you abreast of the situation. Get abreast.
We got.
If we mispronounce your first name, we apologize.
Well, we'll bring her on. We're gonna do that.
So, ladies and gentlemen, our guest of the week.
We don't even have to do that. Don't even got to do that.
Right. I forgot. You got all of these things.
The interview of the week is brought to you by Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
I'll let you go.
So she's here. She's in the green room. We're gonna bring her on. See, is it gonna work? Hold on. Here we go. Let's. Hold on. Wait. 1 second, guys. It's being a little weird here. Hold on.
Is it not coming up?
It's being weird. Give it a second.
Yes.
There we go. I don't know what just happened. Good morning.
Good morning. So
good morning. How are you this morning?
Damage your name. We're doing
good.
Well.
How are you?
So introduce yourself to our fans and people in.
Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning, America. It's Sunday.
Are you fucking kidding me? The Wi-Fi's there.
And my name is Enid Blanton, and I'm CEO/owner. Yeah, I can hear you. You're breaking up, though. I'm the CEO/owner of Ancestry Cigars Incorporated. Yeah, which is based out of Chicago, Illinois. I am a veteran of the United States Air Force. Aim high. Hello. Bro.
There we go.
Cheap fucking Wi-Fi. What the hell happened to her?
All right, well, let's take a quick commercial break while I figure this out, guys.
What the fuck just happened? Tell her to jump back in.
She will.
I don't have her email. You do.
It ain't fair. It ain't fair. It ain't fair. People walking down the street, the kind of people that you hate to meet. If we had loving, we wouldn't have war. We wouldn't have killings in our street anymore. We need love and understanding. 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 It ain't fair. It ain't fair. It ain't fair. It ain't fair. I don't know what I'm gonna do. All these people are so damn cruel. If we had loving, we wouldn't have war. We wouldn't have killings in our street anymore. We need love and understanding. 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 Where do we go? What do we do? Where do we go? Now I'm telling you, yeah. It ain't fair. It ain't fair. It ain't fair. I said now it ain't fair. I met a man walking down the street, the kind of man that I hate to meet. If he had money, then he wouldn't be poor. He wouldn't be stealing in our streets anymore. We need love and understanding. 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 Where do we go? What do we do? Where do we go? Now I'm telling you, yeah, we need more love and understanding.
For some fucking reason. Okay. We're here, guys. We're back. Can you see us better?
Hey.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what just happened.
It's
The
Sunday.
Wi-Fi just like it stopped working like instantly. I have no idea what just
It's
happened.
freaking Sunday morning. It must be storms over there. Is it getting ready to storm there where you guys are today?
It is very cloudy.
That's what it is.
But it's just like it just all of a sudden out of nowhere it cut off and stopped working. So we were trying to scramble back inside. So
we back.
We left off. You're introducing yourself to people,
Yeah,
to the viewers out in viewership land, and our veterans that I'm sure are watching us now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So if you want to reintroduce yourself again for everybody after all the technical difficulties, and we'll start from there and go from there again. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. My name is Enid Blanton. I am the CEO/owner of Ancestry Cigars Incorporated, which is based in Chicago, Illinois. I am a veteran of the United States Air Force, aim high. I'm a wife, a mom of one, which a lot of people have been seeing me the past couple of days. He went into his second year of college, which we are very, very excited about to see what he does this year. And that's basically just me. So I'm ready for the questions. Let's go to work. Tomorrow.
Yeah, she starts college.
So
she's gonna be a freshman. Wow.
Let's start with the basic question, so to say. How did you want to start to be your own brand owner, and how did you come up with the name?
So basically, my husband, we've been together now 17 years. About 17 years ago, because
I don't know. There we go. That's StreamYard.
a lot of people know him on the platform. He was a building engineer for 32 years. So his union would always have their meetings. They would have about a cigar lounge, or else after they would have their union meetings, they would always make sure they had cigars. So a lot of times, I wouldn't go. And I'd be like, what are you guys doing at the cigar lounge? And he was like, oh, we're smoking cigars. We're talking politics and everything like that. So I was like, well, one of these times I want to go. I want to see what's going on. So he took me to the cigar lounge, and I was like, oh, okay, this is pretty cool. So he taught me how to smoke cigars. So as the story goes, he would take me to different cigar lounges, introduce me to different cigars, and I would always ask the people in the humidor where are the women brands. And they were like, oh, women don't do this. Women don't get into smoking cigars. This isn't what women do. And I'm like, it's women do everything. I was like, it's not nothing out there that women don't do. So I started doing my research.
But it is true, though. There isn't a lot of women-owned brands.
But my question is this. You said, where's the women's cigars? I've never heard that ever in my life, smoking for 30 years. Never did I hear anybody say, where is the women's cigars? What are women's cigars, if I may ask?
Well, actually, it was meaning women brand owners, women that actually manufacture cigars. And it's not a lot of us out there.
There's not.
You got Sticks and Stones. You got
Sticks and Stones.
Another lady from Chicago who was on our podcast. I don't know what happened to her. She fell off. She never stayed in touch with us. I think there's probably maybe 20 or 30 women, if that. You got Dissident, that is fucking huge.
Even though that's a husband and wife, that's still a women part-owned brand.
No, she runs the company.
I'm saying they both own the company. Still a women-owned.
And you know who that is? That's
that's Sin.
That's Sin. Sin Kobe with all the tattoos.
Correct.
So
correct.
She is big. You have what else is her name?
You're on like a short list of women-owned cigars because there's not a lot of women-owned brands.
Exactly. So that was my big question. Yeah, right. That was my big question. Can you hear me?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was my big question that I would ask. I'm like, you can't tell me there's not women that manufacture cigars. And you got to understand, like, this was my husband and I have been together 17 years. So in 17 years, it has grown where women have started to enter the industry. Back then, you really only had Karen. I think Nova Cigars might have been around back then, but it wasn't that many. Now you had some of the women like Leah Fuente. She sat on the board for her father, but she's not the face.
She's not the face,
right?
Yeah. Exactly. So you had a lot of those issues, back then. So now we're into today, and you have more women that are in the industry that are really knocking the doors down, and they're making some awesome cigars.
I was
So
just gonna say they're making delicious cigars too.
they really
Correct me
are.
if
They really
correct me
are.
if I'm wrong,
Yes.
but every time I go to a cigar lounge, I see more women in the cigar lounges than I have men. And Joey's only been smoking since he's 18, and he'll tell you
No,
that
it's true. I've noticed.
we used to go to a shop, and this guy and her husband came in, and only said to him, "What do you like? Go ahead, I'll let you tell."
So we were sitting there, and this is what kind of really blew my mind, because we were sitting there and they came in, and it was a husband and wife, and he said to them, "Hey, what can I get you guys? You looking?" The guy was like, "Oh, let me get something, mild or medium," and he was like, "And Miss, for you, do you want like a?" And he wasn't saying it in a bad way. He's like mild, light. I have Javas. He had a little bit of everything, and she goes, "Oh no, give me the darkest and strongest cigar you have in your humidor."
And if I tell you,
I was like, "Well, we know who wears the pants in that relationship."
I said, man, I sat there, I looked at my friend sitting next to me. I was like, bro, that's the kind of woman I need. But see, my wife can't smoke because she says that. So is Joey.
Okay.
But, so what did you do? What did you do before the Air Force and that? What did you do before you even thought about getting into cigars and everything else? What was your? You said you were in the Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
What else did you do, like as a career?
So basically, when I got out of the military, I got married to my first husband, and I had my beautiful son. And then during that time, I used to be a postal inspector.
Hello, I just retired.
So that's what I used to do.
I just retired.
Really, and then I ended up getting hurt because basically, I can't go into extreme details about how I was a postal inspector because then people who work for the post office will be like, "Oh, that's what they do. They set us up like that." So I ended up getting hurt, and then I was off for work for a long time before the post office decided that they wanted to settle. And then at that time, when they decided they wanted to settle, they settled, and they basically were like, okay, well, you can't work for us again. And I was like, cool. So basically I retired at 39 years old.
Hey, listen, I'm 55. They gave me the buyout, and I said, see you later, alligator.
Exactly.
And they're like, everybody's like, why'd you take the buyout? I said, because the fucking way the post office is going now, I don't want to be part of it. I don't want to be part of it.
Exactly. So
I don't want to be a part of it anymore.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100%.
And like you said, people watch the show and they see, that we have different people on from different walks of life. And, if I call out sick tomorrow, they'd be like, yeah, but you just did your podcast. Okay, so what?
Right.
So I had to change every time I worked for the post office. I had to change my name every 60 days on Instagram. I called out FMLA one day. My doctor gave me a note. No, hold on. Gave me a note to take the week off.
Yeah.
So now I take my family to go to the store. I come back and my boss goes, "You at Jersey Shore?" I said, "How do you know that?" They said, "Well, so-and-so showed us a picture." I said, "Well, that was from last year." He goes, "How do you know that?" I said, "What's the timestamp say?" 2024. I said, "So what are you getting on?" I said, "That was last year." I said, "Next question, please." I said, and they hate it because they used to go to the inspection service. The inspectors call me upstairs. I know all the inspectors are like, "Dave."
Yeah.
I said, "John, look, that picture was from last year." They're like, "Okay, go back to work." I'm like, "All right." I go back downstairs and say, "Oh, you suspended, you fired?" I said, "Absolutely not." I said, "Absolutely not."
So let's let me ask you this, because I was curious about this myself.
Basically, I went into
How did you come?
doing cigars. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Hello? Can you hear me? Yeah.
Hello?
So I retired at 39, and then I started working, on the concept to start my own brand. So the reason why it's named Ancestry Cigars is that it's named at that time when I first started working on it. It was to honor my grandmother and my father. But then as we went along in 2021, I lost my mom. So that's the reason why it's named Ancestry Cigars, to honor all of my ancestors that have gone on.
I like that name, by the way.
And now, how did you come up with the names of the cigars that you have out now?
Okay, so the names of the cigars that I have out now, I always take it back to our ancestral history. And Hatsapu was, she was real big in the new cigar Hatsapu. She was real big in military. She was actually a queen pharaoh. So she was the first female pharaoh. And if you research her story, you'll find out that sometimes she would actually dress up as a man to throw people off because they didn't respect women back during that day. And then she would unmask herself and let them know, I'm Pharaoh, I'm a woman, this is what I do. So that's
wow, holy shit.
That's actually
that's pretty freaking
I'm gonna
cool.
have to look at that now, because that's kind of cool to learn about.
Because you know what? That's like my friend Kobe, who's a African American cigar owner. He owns Travel to Invest. He named his cigars after his grandmother.
Okay.
So you know, and it's just so
awesome.
It's
cool when you could do something like that to honor your family or someone special that you can make the cigars and name them after and kind of keep their name alive.
Exactly. It's really cool. So I'm actually, our 5th year anniversary is coming up this week, Thursday, and we are getting ready to drop the name of the next cigar and basically give some of the breakdown of what the next cigar is going to be.
So now, here's my question. How did you hook up with Ish?
Well,
here we go. Here's a fun story.
Let me say this.
Every time I ask somebody out,
I can say this.
Every time I ask somebody out, I always have a funny story.
I think this relationship was really in the making for years. Because Ish and I met during the when we all used to be in the Boutique Cigar Association a couple of years ago when we did the event in Indiana. And we were talking, playing around back then. I actually have the picture that me, him, and David Blanco took together, and I was in the middle, and one was on one side and one was on the other side. So never did I imagine that eventually, somewhere down the line, that picture would become powerful, and we would end up working together. So at the Chicago Pipe Show last year, last year, Ronnie was like, hey, have you ever thought about maybe working with Ish and all that? And I was like, yeah, but he seems like he's very busy. I was like, I don't want to, hop on board with him. And I can't give him 100% because some people know and some people don't know, I took last year off because, one, our son was graduating from high school. He was going to college. And also, two, I was diagnosed with PTSD with adjustment disorder. So I was going through having to go through a lot of therapy, having to go back and forth to doctor's appointments and everything like that. So I couldn't balance both of them at the same time. So I had to just put the business on the shelf for a year. So, okay. So we come to...
So it's funny because we wanted Ish on our show. So he calls me up one night and he goes, what are you doing on Wednesday?
Well, to be fair, he was already booked on our show that week anyway.
that weekend.
That Sunday, he was already booked on our show for StreamYard. Calls us on Wednesday and goes, "Oh, what are you guys doing this weekend?" We're like, interviewing you. He goes, "Oh, so yeah, let's do it in person. I'm gonna be in Tom's River at JB Cigar Lounge." He goes, "Just come down. We'll do it in person." Calls me on a Wednesday. I gotta find a room for Saturday. He called me on Wednesday or Thursday. I gotta find a room for Saturday. See him Saturday night at the event. Do the show Sunday, and then drive home.
So wait.
That's
we
it.
get there Saturday, right?
That's it.
Oh,
That's him.
It was like unbelievable. Then we get there. Then we go there. Now, mind you, we go Sunday morning. We were on at 7 a.m. back then. He was our first live roller. Him and Oscar, they were there.
I don't miss our 7 a.m.
We
time
were on
slot.
At 7 a.m. Right?
I don't miss that.
I walk in. I got a bottle of liquor. I pour my bottle. I fix it up. Ish comes in. He goes, "Motherfucker, where's mine?" I said, "Motherfucker, you just got here." I said, "You drinking coffee?" He goes, "Let me pour it out." Was right on the floor. I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And the owner goes, "Don't worry, I'll take care of it." And I'm like, "Bro, are you fucking serious?" So I give him some liquor. He goes, "Nah, I need more than that. I need more than that." And then he goes, "By the way, Oscar's rolling cigars." I said, "Okay." Then after that, we go to
Longhorn
Steakhouse. So now we're sitting there.
Oh, that's
talking,
just a whole nother.
And all of a sudden, me, Joey, and Oscar come out. Here comes Ish. He's got 2 big fucking steins of beer. And he goes, I said, "Ish, what the fuck are you doing?"
Walked out cups and all.
I said, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I need it for the ride home." I said, "Motherfucker, you driving?" He goes, "Yeah, I know." I said, and Oscar goes, "I don't know. I don't know."
That's it.
But hanging out with Ish is great. I'm glad you hooked up with him. Listen, I can't wait to try his cigars when they get here. I haven't got a tracker number.
So now the only, how many cigars do you have out under your brand completely?
So right now, so what I did was the whole first set of cigars, I scrapped them because they were done by a different manufacturer and blender. So basically, Ish and I are starting over from the ground up. If you saw pictures, I was actually with him. What was that, May? And we created, in 2 days, we created 30 blends. So out of the 30 blends right now, one of the blends, I have like basically still 29 more blends to use. I know that's crazy. Y'all looking at me like, so yes, in 2 days, he created 15 blends on one day and 15 blends on the other day, which gave me a total of 30 blends. I smoked, my husband and myself smoked a total of 30 blends.
You know what?
2 days.
Was he drunk?
With Ish, that doesn't surprise me. He created that many blends, though.
No, it doesn't.
Was he drunk when he created the blends?
He was drinking his wine.
Okay. Normally he creates a good blend when he's drunk.
Yeah.
He was drinking his wine. That's usually when he starts drinking his wine. I tell everybody, just let him roll. I was like, because when he starts drinking his wine, I said his best ideas come out of his head. Just let him roll and let it go. Don't say a word.
Exactly. And it's crazy because I call him the mad scientist, because I've never seen somebody that I could call him and I could say, "Hey, okay, this is the name I came up with for the next cigar." And he'd be like, "Okay, well, we're going to use blend number whatever out of the 30 blends. Okay, you want it to be mild. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do the other." And it's like crazy how he can remember all out of the 30, everything he put in there. And it's I've never seen anything like that before in my life. Never. So, yes, but I'm going to, like I said, release it on our 5th year anniversary, which is Thursday.
So
Yes. Can you hear me? Hello?
let's take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back.
Okay, cool.
I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's StreamYard. Hold on.
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you. It's just StreamYard is a little slow today.
Fucking retarded.
Hold on.
I pledge my allegiance to her, from sea to shining sea. She held her torch to the sky to give the world liberty. What about us? What about we? What about living the American dream? What about love? In God we trust. These are the things they want us all to believe. What about us? What about we, the people? What about us? What about we, the people? The people walk through the streets, holding up protest signs. Try not to repeat our history. Maybe no one will have to die. What about us? What about we? What about living the American dream? And what about hope? Trust God and let go. These are the phrases they want us to believe. What about us? What about we, the people? What about us? What about we, the people? And right now we need a hero, someone who will stand and fight for us. A leader, someone we all know, to wear the shield of America. Oh, what about we, the people? What about us? What about we, the people? What about us? What about us? What about the people? What about us? What about us? What about the people? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What about we, the people? What about us? What about us? What about us? What about us?
We needed it to kick us off for a minute. It kicked us off. It fixed the little Wi-Fi issue we were having, I guess. I don't know. This has not been a fun morning so far for this show.
StreamYard is, I guess everybody's using it.
Yeah.
So it's like, it fucks around. And I guess
Because it takes up a lot of bandwidth doing this. So it's weird. Sometimes it's StreamYard, sometimes it's us. I don't know.
Just so you know, our channel is veteran owned. It's called MBR Radio.
Our channel is ours, but we work with MB Radio, which is a veteran owned radio station out of Denver, Colorado, I think.
Yes, he's out of Denver.
Yeah.
His name is Joel, and if you ever wanted to do your own podcast, just hit him up and tell him, hey, listen, podcast, and he'll hook you right up. Just tell him you know what. Everybody that has been here has left, and once they leave, you don't hear nothing from him. And he goes, we've been doing this 2 years. 2 years. We've been doing this 2 years, and out of the 2 years that we're here, we are the only ones basically left that has not left his station yet.
Wow. Wow, that's loyalty.
Yeah, so
loyalty.
So he gave us a start, and I'm not going nowhere, because if we have a problem, Joey will call him up and be like, yo, H, what the hell's going on? You know what I mean? And he'll be like, brother, I've been up all night. I'll call you in the morning.
Yeah.
You know?
So you have, what did you say? Because it was breaking up in the middle of our Wi-Fi issues. You have 3 blends so far that you redid. That is, you have the.
So actually, I have a total of 30 blends. I've only used.
If I'm pronouncing that right. And what was the other one?
I have a total of 30 blends that Ish has done. I've only used 1 out of the 30. We're getting ready to go on to the second one out of the 30, which I'm going to release what the second blend is going to be on August 28th, which is the 5-year anniversary of Ancestry Cigars Incorporation. So the flyer will probably drop at 9 or 10 a.m. Thursday, what the next cigar is going to be. So basically, I am.
I am going to purchase some of them cigars, but
the only thing you got to do is go on his website. He has Hatsapu. She's on there. She's actually been doing really well.
Yeah, that I will say from the pictures you sent me, that cigar looks delicious.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that it's a closed foot. I like the closed foot. That's one of my I've come to learn to like that.
Yes. And it also, when you see it too, when you guys get it, you're gonna see that some people call it a pigtail or a twisty tail is on the end of it as well. So you will see it, you'll love it. Some of the cigars you might see something in there that you've never seen before on the wrapper, but it's pretty interesting. You might see some tobacco seeds in some of the wrappers that grew into them as the leaves were growing, but you're gonna love it. It takes you on an experience.
So
you breaking up. You breaking up. Hello? Yeah, you broke up. I can hear what you said.
I don't know what today. I'm not.
Oh, say Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in name, the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save, this land of the brave, the US of A. Oh, say just that star-spangled banner again, wave for the land of the free, and the home of the
He said, hold on, he
I pledge my allegiance to her, from sea to shining sea. She held her torch to the sky to give the world liberty. What about us? What about we? What about living the American dream? What about love? In God we trust. These are the things they want us all to believe. What about us? What about we, the people? What about us? What about we, the people? The people walk through the streets, holding up protest signs. Try not to repeat our history. Maybe no one will have to die. What about us? What about we? What about living the American dream? And what about hope? Trust God, let go. These are the phrases they want us to believe. What about us? What about we, the people? What about us? What about we, the people? And right now, we need a hero, someone who will stand and fight for us. A leader, someone we all know, to wear the shield of America. Oh,
Whatever happened to the brave young soldier? He was a good friend of mine. They say as he died, he never once cried, lying with his brothers there by his side. At 19 years old, he was sent off to war, not really sure what he was fighting for. So he fights for what's behind him and his brothers beside him. Together they'll weather the storm. 9 long months later and he's still alive. Fought several long battles you shouldn't have survived. Then the IED exploded as the ambush unfolded. He laid there bleeding as his brothers all died. Whatever happened to the brave young soldier? He was a good friend of mine. They say as he died, he never once cried, lying with his brothers there by his side. Reinforcements arrived in the nick of time. Old Doc had found him and called in the nightline. He awoke in the hospital, they patched all the holes. Too bad they couldn't fix the ones in his soul. And 16 years later he locks all the doors, unable to find anything worth living for. His family has left him, he feels society rejects him. With a bottle and a pistol, he falls to the floor. Whatever happened to the brave old veteran? He was a good friend of mine. They say as he died, he sat there and cried, with only his memories sitting there by his side. Brothers and sisters, we can't lose this war. Have we forgotten what the hell we fought for? Pick up the phone, don't knock on the door. 22 too many, we must carry on, fighting these battles until they are won. We know that we walk on the edge of a knife, but one simple call can save a life. Whatever happened to the brave old veteran? He was a good friend of mine.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard, MBR Talk.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
What up, guys? So listen, we're going to cut the show short today. They're working on the lines. The connection is just not where we want it to be. Just a couple quick things before we leave.
So hold on.
We want to thank
Time out.
everybody.
Coach. Time out, coach.
No, go ahead. Just talk.
No,
just talk.
no,
Nope, just talk. Go ahead.
Coach, you're the producer.
No, just talk.
You're this guy, you're that guy, but I'm the CEO.
Just talk. Go ahead, because you're going to talk over me anyway.
You're underneath me anyway. So check this out. So we want to thank the 500 people that are watching our Roku.
That's what I was just getting ready to do, but go ahead, keep going.
And we also want to make an announcement.
Oh, can I make that announcement, or am I not allowed to make that?
No, see, people, listen. This is why our shows number fucking one.
They can see you. They can see you.
No, we got to turn that way.
No,
so
they can see you.
This is why our show is number one, because I have this guy by my side.
No, because you just cut me off.
Die, and
No, that's because you just cut me off and people want to see how fast you can piss me off.
Same thing. So I'm pissing you off, ain't I?
You piss me off every day. Okay,
so now make the fucking announcement.
Oh, I'm cutting you off anyway, so you won't be seen. So can you stop the whistling?
Okay.
You're in my fucking ear. So we want to thank everybody watching. Thank everybody that tuned in. This episode is going to get redropped. We're going to film it this week and drop it on YouTube. Next week we have Patriot Cigar Company coming on. And let's see. Let's kind of give you a rundown of who we have real quick. So we have Patriot Cigars next week. Then on the 7th, we have Broncano Cigars. Then we have Hayes Gray Cigars on the 14th. We have independent pro wrestler Elijah Rios coming on the 21st. Then we have the Metal Maniac Jeff Miller, professional wrestler. And October 5th.
The 5th.
Everybody's going to tune in.
October 5th. Number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes.
October 5th. Everybody should be tuning in to Turnbuckles and Stogies because
legendary.
We have probably the greatest manager, one of the greatest managers in the history of professional wrestling.
Besides Bobby Heenan.
The greatest, well, he's refereed just about every major company, every major star in the world. He's an ECW legend.
Taz.
Mr.
Rob Van Dam.
Bill
Sabu
Alfonso will be on the show October 5th. That's right.
Don't believe me?
That's right. October 5th, Bill Alfonso will be on. No, don't bother him. Do not call him.
No, let's see if we get him on.
Do not.
No, I want to get
do
him on.
Do not call him.
I want to get him on and make the announcement.
No, do not call him.
Fuck.
Do not call him.
Call Bill Alfonso.
Can you? Why can't you just leave people alone? It's a Sunday. He's traveling. He told you that.
Oh, that's right. Shut it off.
Don't worry, Siri didn't hear you anyway because I pressed the button when you said it. I know what I'm doing. I know how to do this. So October 5th, Bill Alfonso will be on the show. Everybody tune in, watch it, ask questions. The video is going to be going up probably in the next couple days. We'll be advertising it all over the place. It'll be on Bill Alfonso's social media, our social media channels, all over YouTube. I'll send it, to whoever. If MB Radio wants to advertise it, I'll send it to them too. I don't care.
We hung out with Bill Alfonso at the ECW.
Oh, yes,
arena.
that's going to be in the video, though. We're going to talk about that.
We hung out with him, and we're going to post up the pictures that we took with him.
Well, no, we only took the picture, but that's going to be in the video that I'm going to release during the week.
Guess what, Daddy?
That's going to be in the video that I'm going to release during the week.
Daddy?
What?
Guess what, Daddy? Daddy. He wants to manage us, Daddy.
So, on that note, guys, we're going to end the show. We'll see you guys next week. Later.